Some people walk into your life and change everything about what happens next. When they come, all you can do is surrender. Everything about them defeats you. The person you thought you were vanishes. And finally, and for the first time, you have it. That thing that moves everything else. That thing that most people search an eternity for and can't find. You finally found it, and it consumes you. Nothing compares to it. Every tear you ever cried, every disappointment that ever came was worth it if this is where it led you. You found it, that thing that stares the soul. You found love. What is it to be in love? What is it to love another person so deeply that they become your religion? Their touch, your redemption. Their kiss, your salvation. What is that like? Isn't love suicide? You go into it, but you never come out. Someone else does. I'm talking about the sort of love that blurs boundaries. You can't remember where you end and they begin. This kind of love transforms you. It expands you without description. Words become useless. What you think she feels. What he feels you dream. So even your dreams become sacred places. The same way the places you make love, taste, and enter each other become altars to a union poets can barely describe. I'm talking about the kind of love where souls whisper and make promises to each other that only the heart can remember. Have you ever been in love? Have you ever been that deeply connected to and defined by another human being? If you have, you know that feeling. And you want it to last forever. But in the back of your mind, you know it can't. It's beauty that one part of your heart celebrates and the other part of it mourns. All at the same time, it's marveling in the ecstasy that awakens you and ignoring the agony you know it must become. You can sense that it will change and sometimes it ends. It just ends. That moment comes and you are standing there listening to yourself. Say the words or watching those lips that used to kiss you. You're listening to this person and you break. You break, it's over. And you don't know why it's over, and you don't know how it's over, and you can't believe it. All you can do is stand there, wondering if there's anything left of you to put back together. You see, that's how this thing goes sometimes. The same thing that saves you crucifies you. And all that's left are memories you're not even sure are real anymore. All you have are questions. You've witnessed yourself dissolve, and you don't even know who you are anymore. Maybe there are no answers. All I know is that love doesn't always show up the same way. It doesn't always look familiar. It doesn't always survive the same way. Sometimes it shows up in the dark because it can't bear the light. I don't know why, but sometimes love can only live in the shadows. I know what Pablo Neruda meant when he wrote those words. I love you, and certain dark things are to be loved in secret between the shadow and the soul. There is a kind of love that it's always with you. Even after you walk away, it's there, whispering in the dark chambers of your heart. It's never truly silent because even the dark plumes of smoke from the dying candle reminds you of her hair, the way it danced around her finger as she spun it. And when you stare at the ocean and think about the crashing waves, you smile because after all these years, you still remember he loved the sea and the poetry of rough waters. You see, it doesn't matter how love comes. What I know is that when it's gone, it hurts. And if you weren't still breathing, you would swear that the pain were death itself. It's devastating. It's like watching yourself die and having to come back and sort through the wreckage. Hearts are fragile things. They break. And even when they heal, they don't heal the same way. They're never whole, never complete again. But is that it? Is that all there is? The big drama that takes you up and drops you? That's a cruel tease. Here's what I believe. I believe a broken heart is not a loss of love. A broken heart is the full-blown announcement of love. That deep down sincere desire to connect. When your heart is broken, all you feel is what you lost. The pain won't let you see beyond that. All you feel is agony. Because heartbreak is a powerful expression of misalignment. emotionally off track. It's hard, almost impossible to see that you gain something. But to see that, you have to heal. You have to align yourself with that gain, that feeling, that knowing that I may be shattered to bits now, but somewhere in me, that magic, that alive thing is still in me. I may have to step back and cry what I've got to cry, mourn what I've got to mourn, but I have got to heal.
But don't push it. Rushing and pushing is resistance. Healing takes alignment. It takes emotionally getting back on track again. And that may take time. To try to force yourself to heal is to send yourself the message that something is wrong with you. You can't love yourself and send yourself that message at the same time. It only compounds the heartbreak. To love someone is to include that person as yourself. So heartbreak feels like betrayal. To hate is to push someone away from you because you feel hurt by someone. To feel heartbreak is to feel like someone hurt you emotionally, and so it can easily turn into hate. But hate isn't really what is there. When you feel that hate, what you mean is, I'm hurt. So start there. When you're hurt in a way that separates you from someone, you feel like you've lost a part of yourself. You feel as if something is missing and you want to be whole again. But wholeness doesn't come with quick moves. It doesn't happen with distractions. Be present with your pain and be with people who can be present with your pain. The only way out is in. By being unconditionally present with the pain, you will see yourself more clearly. You will see what is real about yourself. You will see the patterns that keep repeating in your life because they are unresolved wounds from childhood. Wounds you didn't even know you had. And it is only by knowing that they are there that you can heal them. You will see what you want and what you need, and you will begin to design your life according to what is real about you. You will create a new world for yourself. This is the rebirth that comes from heartbreak. You have to intentionally change your life so it begins to feel new. I don't mean sell the house, change your name, or move across the world, but if that calls to you, then do it. But there are also small things you can change that will have big impact. Change the road you take to work. Change the food you eat. Try new things. You've always wanted to go to New York. Then jump on the bus. You've never tried skiing? Then this is your year. Do something you've never done, or something you've stopped doing. Say hello to strangers. Now that you have nothing left to lose, do that thing that you've always felt was too much of a risk to do. You'll begin to feel some energy coming back, a higher vibration, and that puts you in a stronger position to ask why. Why did this happen? We all want closure, so why matters. If you're sincere, and you spend some time with this question, you'll find that everything in this life that you experience is a piece to the puzzle whose picture can only be seen after the experience. And then the question changes from, why did this happen to me? To, if everything in this universe happens to teach me something or positively serve me in some way, why would this have happened to me? Heartbreak is showing you what is real about you. At the most fundamental level, it is showing you what is real about the universe, and that is oneness. And not feeling the heartbreak means you are cut off from the truth of yourself and cut off from the knowing of that oneness. Heartbreak may feel at first like destruction of your self-worth and self-esteem, but knowing what is real about you and finally stepping in the direction of what is real about your wants, your needs, your preferences, your desires will lead to self-esteem that is genuine, self-esteem that is built upon something real. Eventually you will stop looking at all the things that are wrong about you. You will begin to focus on all the things that are right about you. You will finally see the things that are good, that have power, that have beauty, that have grace, and that are magic about you.
When you begin to develop your focus like that, the community of people and ideas that starts to form around you will change. They'll support you in new ways and expand you in new directions. And then that tension, that anger and anxiety you feel about not being whole will loosen its grip. And finally you can relax. You can cry, you can breathe, you can exhale. You can begin to let go. You can begin to heal. I believe that love is the greatest gift there is. And to be in love so completely that in the very breath of another person, you discover yourself. In their eyes, you anchor your soul. In their touch, you're promised forever. If you have that, it's a miracle. But the price we pay to experience it is the excruciating agony of not having it. The price we pay to have it is to watch it dissolve and to be lost beyond the pain. But this can't be a gloomy reality. It may be painful, but it's not a nail in the coffin. It's not the end of all you are. The real gift of having love and losing it is hidden. A heartbreak is not the end of all that you are. It's the beginning. And if you don't learn to see that, you'll never see that a heartbreak is love. Only it's the other side of love, calling you ever closer to it. My name is Angelo, and I'm the motivator.